A year has passed since the fall of Bashar al-Assad's government, December 8th, 2024, the day Damascus slipped from his grasp. It took just 11 days. A lightning offensive by opposition forces led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or the HTS, brought an end to more than 50 years of Assad family rule. But the fall itself was only the final act of a much longer tragedy. Syria's collapse didn't happen overnight. It was born of deep fractures, economic, political, and profoundly human. I'm Ali Reza Ikhtiyarzadeh, and this is In a Nutshell. Every nation has some divide between government and people. In Syria, that divide was a chasm, an Alawite minority ruling a 70% Sunni majority. For years, oil money and stability papered over the cracks, but when the economy began to crumble, those hidden tensions burst into the open. During the civil war, the rift ran so deep that some families fought on opposite sides. One son in the army, another in Daesh. Few examples capture the collapse of national unity so clearly. Before 2012, Syria's GDP stood at roughly $50 billion, a modest but steady economy built on two pillars: energy in the northeast and tourism along the Mediterranean coast. When unrest erupted, tourism evaporated overnight, and soon after, Syria's oil fields fell under the control of US and Kurdish forces. With both pillars gone, the economy imploded. Then came the sanctions, the harshest in Syrian history. The Caesar Act alone crippled what was left of state revenue. By 2020, GDP had fallen to around $8 billion. Salaries collapsed, soldiers went unpaid, discontent grew, not just among civilians, but within the ranks of the military itself. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 made things worse. Moscow shifted troops and resources closer to Europe, leaving its Syrian ally exposed. The reduced Russian presence opened new space for opposition forces, and Assad's control began to fray. At the same time, West Asia was in turmoil. Hezbollah's heavy involvement in the war with Israel drained its strength, a key blow to Assad's regional network. Many analysts now see the fall of Damascus as part of a broader geopolitical realignment in the region, one that began with the Gaza war and spread outward. Turkey, meanwhile, never took its eyes off Syria. With a long shared border and deep strategic interest, Ankara had both proximity and motive. For decades, tensions over Kurdish militancy and water disputes had soured relations. When the moment came, Turkey used its influence over northern Syria and its backing of armed groups to help tip the balance. Even before the final battle, Syria was a fractured map. The northwest, including Idlib, remained outside government control thanks to Turkish protection. Large parts of the northeast stayed under Kurdish and US authority. Elsewhere, militias and warlords carved up what was left. Syria's army was hollowed out. Years of attrition, sanctions, and unpaid wages had eroded its strength and morale. When opposition forces launched their final offensive, resistance collapsed faster than anyone expected. Diplomatically, Assad's isolation sealed his fate. Attempts to normalize with Arab neighbors failed. Sanctions stayed in place. The West continued to treat Syria as a pariah state. By the time Damascus fell, Assad had run out of friends and options. Of course, no single factor explains the fall. Dozens of smaller forces, economic, political, personal, combined to topple a system once thought immovable. And yet, for a brief moment after Assad's fall, Syrians naively dared to hope for peace, stability, maybe even renewal. In the next episode, we'll explore what happened in Syria after Assad and what the future might hold for a nation still searching for itself.